Yes, my brothers and sisters in Guyana, I want you to understand clearly. The way I sound, being that I'm not black, you might say I hate black people. And mean that I'm not an Indian, you might say I hate Indian people. No, we are all human beings. We all came from some part of the world, east, west, north, or south. Whether by slavery, whether by cheap labor, whether by any cause necessary, we are all Guyanese because we were born in Guyana. But we cannot sit down and allow our politicians to keep on lying to us, dividing us. Where is Guyana today? And where is Guyanese heading for? We still come into Canada, America, and the Caribbean. We got so many resources. We are bigger than Trinidad, but 60, 70 times. We have more than Trinidad. They only have oil and the bitumen. We got everything. But we cannot see eye to eye to come out of our pollution and our racism. And Barbados, St. Vincent, St. Kitts, Grenada, not forgetting Antigua. So think of it. And our people is in all this country. Suriname next door got a population of 600 and something thousand people. We got more than them, or maybe just as much, and they are still living better than us. And French Guyana, still owned by the French, they are living better than us. Are we not ashamed? That knowing that we have so much but we cannot come together. How can we live in America so nice, black and Indian are uniting, talking nice, even though they have their differences. And in other country, you're glad to meet a Guyanese, whether he's black or brown. But when you're back home, you're so divided, like East meet West. So far apart from each other. I urge you, listen to me. I know your politician might say Karaya deserves to be killed. We got to get rid of him. Well, let it be known to them. They killed Jesus Christ, an innocent man. And since I touched that, let me tell you, ask your politician, when was the first recorded election take part on the earth? According to the history that I had discovered and questioned it, it was the killing of an innocent man named Jesus the Christ. When Pontius Pilate says that Rome always give freedom to the slave or prisoners on certain days in the year. So he read out a statement about a murderer named Barabbas. The way this governor put down Barabbas, he should have been stoned to death or hanged immediately. All because Pontius Pilate have seen the innocentness in Jesus, the goodness in him, and want to give him a chance. So he said it clear. Here this murderer to compare with this innocent man. So let me get a hand of vote, and everybody who says, kill Jesus, raised their hand and said, kill him. That was the first time a recorded vote take place in the history of mankind to kill an innocent man, Jesus Christ. And that's what is my philosophy. In the days of Rome and Egypt, they would put their finger down for killing and up for victory, freedom. But when coming to kill somebody, that was how it is. The Senate and everybody will make their decision. My fellow brothers and sisters, Guyana belongs to all of us, not just politicians. Not Mr. David Granger, Mr. Barry Jackdale, or Mr. Ramatar. It belongs to every one of us. Your children are coming out of school with degree, can't find a job. Your young girls are taking the street for prostitution. Young men got to be selling plantain chips and opening little snack shop around the place and might end up in a drug war. Or get paid by some corrupt politician to kill people like George Cry who's speaking out against them. And later when they get caught, they call your name and then they got to arrest you. And you know the world is changing every day. You know what will happen to you. Learn from this. General Samdo ran away from an African country. I think he's still on trial or he's in jail right now because of the Hague Court. And many more African leaders was extradited on war crime. And some European one. Many commit suicide. Many die with cancer. And many of the criminals that do the nasty work, they end up bad. Take Germany with Hitler, a dictator, a warrior. All his SS, many run to Argentina and Brazil until they can't run no more. And a Jew hunt them down in every corner, bring them to justice because they were war criminals. And those were people like plenty of you who killing innocent people for politicians or businessmen. Your turn is coming. I can promise you that your turn will come. Your life will be of no use to your children or your wife, especially when you're killing innocent people, burning their house, and doing them all kind of wrong thing because you get paid to do so through corrupt politicians. Stop it. Save yourself and save your family. And if the politician tell you something, and he pay you, take the money and get out of the country, because when he do that, he also sets you up to get killed. He can talk. And take it from me. One day they will talk. Because right now there's a lot of things happening. The Walter Rodney trial. They're investigating to know how he died and what happened. I personally am going to tell you, if Barnum had hands in it, Dr. Jagan had hands in it. What are we doing? The WPA is still waiting on an inquiry. They want to know into the inquiry what's going on. And they got a right. Everybody wants to know who killed Rodney. If David Granger was a military man at that time, he did not know that there was a man named Gregory Smith. Ask him. He knows a lot of things. Hamilton Reed knows a lot of things. So my fellow brothers and sisters, Guyana belonged to our Amerindian people. The other nation came there. Only the Douglas race born there. They are there. Nowhere else to go because we want to save Guyana by putting Indian and blacks to be united. We believe that Guyana can come out of its catastrophe, but we must stop listening to these 65 corrupt politicians you got in parliament. Choose a new party, new leaders, your sons, your daughter, your nephew, your uncle, and all assets must be declared before they go into power. I want to say one thing here. If this AOS take effect about corruption, crime, laundering of money, plenty politicians and their friends will get jailed. I don't know why they're challenging. If I am Mr. Donald Ramatar, I will do all the best to expose everything if I have nothing to hide and work with the international community. If not, the international community would have to isolate Guyana from the society that they are in and start to apply pressure. But it's a great country. I'm not saying all the politicians might be bad. Some of them is just on the ship and they know who's trouble but they can't say nothing. But do what is right for the country. We want justice. We want a good Guyana. We want to go forward into this world. We want to make it a better place for our children and our grandchildren to come. We want everyone to do the same thing for their own generation. So my friends, give it a chance and think of it. Let Indian and blacks unite so we can see a strong Guyana for the future of all Guyanese. Stop listening to your corrupt politician. Have a good night. I will touch base with you later again. Thank you.